up, degenerates? This is Locked In. As per usual, I'm your host, Mason Cameron, at PFF_Mace on the Twitter. And joining me is a man of many talents, that FF nerd, Jason Draven. Jason, how are you doing tonight?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited that we're getting into some golf here, and we're getting closer to football, so I'm excited about that. It's hard not to be. I just really wish these temps would come down because it's too hot.
So hot. I'm out here melting, and it was a scorcher where you were at, I know. So we're happy to be inside in the AC, talking a little bit of golf to come. Jason, you do so many different things. You do football, you do hoops, you do golf. Is there anything you don't do?
Soccer and hockey. That's not my forte, man. That we have other people on the show. That's their area. I love watching golf. I love watching college basketball specifically. And then, of course, I'm doing fantasy football because that's the best and most fun.
You know, Jason, you say that, but I think if we dropped you in the tank, you'd swim with the sharks. I really think you would.
Hey, if I have to, I will do as much research as possible to come off sounding the least amount of stupid as possible.
Well, that's the opposite of me. See, that's why I bring you onto the show. So when I don't know anything about the show, I go, but my guy Jason, he is an expert on absolutely everything. So I'm super happy to have you on tonight. It's going to be great. And tonight is a little bit of a different show than we're used to. To celebrate the start of the PGA Tour's FedEx Cup playoffs, we have a very special edition of the show. We're taking a play out of our friend and colleague Jack Kavanaugh's playbook. Javanaugh87 on the Twitter for anybody not following him. Go check him out. He's a great follow. But we're going to be playing a little bit of best ball tonight, but not regular football best ball. We are playing PGA best ball. Specifically, we're going to be getting into the PUP Cup. So the PUP Cup is Underdog's big event for the FedEx Cup. You can get on there. You can use promo code NONSENSE for our sign-up bonus and play along with us if you'd like. It goes through all three events. It's a $5 entry fee, $100K in total prizes, and it closes early Monday, August 8th. So we're getting in now. We're getting in early before the rest of the rush, and we're going to get our teams going. So for starters, let's get this pulled up here, and let's get into the PUP Cup. And then while we wait, we'll talk a little bit about some different things we got going on and just get some of Jason's takes on how the tour's gone so far this season.
Oh, man, it's been super impressive. Like, the fact that Scotty Scheffler has just been on a roll lately has been something that's super impressive. Really appreciate the young buck coming on and making himself known, but it's really just been a lot of young players that have been super impressive this year. Just things that you haven't seen. And again, I always laugh because one of my favorite players recently has been Tony Finau, and the fact that he was able to win back-to-back was just super impressive years for me. And just too much fun. I like seeing all these young bucks come in, and I'm now curious to see how this whole live tour thing is going to end up going for everybody, because the way they do that is weird. The shotgun start, everybody on different holes. I don't know, that it just makes me a little uncomfortable. And the people who are talking about it, I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
of at least that portion.
I totally get it. So you brought up live, and while we wait here, we might as well. Actually, I should ask: did you get into the same one? Do you have 4 people in yours?
Well, let's see.
It should work. I think it should go straight in.
It is the 30-second pick one, right? $5.
Yeah. The PUP Cup, the one at the top.
Oh nope, that would have been bad. Whew. I was almost in the NFL one. Yikes.
Hey, we could scrap it. Go play an NFL one too.
All right, let's see here.
Oh, it just filled for me. So if you just jumped in.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. It says waiting, but I don't. Maybe.
And of course, it wouldn't be a usual show if we didn't have a few technical hiccups, but that's the way it goes. We're super happy to be working with our sponsor, Underdog. promo code nonsense at sign up for a match bonus there. We love Underdog. Jack plays Underdog. You can always check Jack out every Monday with Jack Knows Best. Jack knows best ball. I mean, until I come on or Jason comes on, and then it's we know best ball. But don't tell Jack that while we're away. So.
Yeah, man. And more importantly, make sure you go to shopimportnonsense.com.
That's right, Jason. shopimportnonnonsense.com. Get all of your merch. Trust the process. Jason has it on perfectly. I love it.
Hey, have to plug it when I got it, you know?
Exactly. And Jason is the mastermind of pretty much all of the really good merch there. So that directly supports Jason in his endeavors to take over the entire sporting landscape. So as we wait here, I think we're both in this tourney. I think we're getting ready. We only have one more spot to go. So hopefully that fills up here soon. But while we wait, I think we could talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's gone on around the PGA Tour this year, and just the world of golf, specifically Live Golf and the PGA banning a number of players from the tour, and as a result, excluding them from this championship tourney. Jason, what do you take of this? What do you make of all this money going around? It's a really hard line between, people that accept it and that's not really, and other people that are not really accepting of it. So what's your take on this new upstart? And
well, I think my biggest issue is just the transparency when it comes to it. All these golfers saying that they left for the money and being able to spend more time with their families or have more time away from golf. And yet here they are wanting to make sure that they can still play in all these tournaments and make more money that way. It seems very conflicting to me because, okay, you want to get away from golf, but you still want to be able to play in the PGA Tour. It just seems like you're so worried about how many times you could play a year, all the points you're getting, where you're ranking. That wasn't important to you. What was important was having more time with your family. But now you're going to be playing pretty much twice as many as you would in a regular year, because it would be 14 in the PGA, 14 or 15 in the PGA, and they're planning to play 14 in the Live Tour. So it's you're looking at 29, and there's 52 weeks in a year. That's a lot of golf you're playing if you're trying to get away from the game. So it's interesting how this is all kind of shaking out.
Yeah, it doesn't really match what we've heard and what the tagline has been from everybody. But I mean, they're not fooling us. Money talks. And when you hear some of the gigantic paychecks that have been coming out of the league, it's hard not to,
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money, man.
It's a lot of money. So
you're looking at Tiger Woods, who got offered between $700 and $800 million to play. That's just bananas to me.
Yeah, absolutely outrageous amounts of money.
I wouldn't know what to do with $10 million, let alone $700 million.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. The low end of that is more money than I could even imagine what to do with.
Yeah, it's crazy, but and then you see them partying on their planes and flying all over the place, and it's just like, man, they are in just a completely different league from us, aren't they? It's not even close when it comes to their lifestyles.
Yeah. we could only imagine. So we had a number of big names. There's some contention about who is exactly. Oh, it looks like we may have filled the lobby. We did. We'll even break into some of this while we're going.
I got second pick, baby. Let's
go. So Jason's got second, and I have third. So we're going to be locked in for a couple of pretty good picks here in the top. Jason, who do you target right off the bat? Right here, Underdog has obviously Scotty Scheffler as 1-1, and it makes sense as he has been a dominant force on the tour this year. He has 4 wins, 9 top 10s, and he is the points leader coming into the tournament.
I have really just been a guy. I mean, I like Scotty. He's playing well, but the way that Cameron Smith plays, I think, is going to be really conducive this year. And he's also coming on. I'm super impressed with the Australian for sure, but it's going to be interesting to see how he ends up doing. And I really just, I know that they say his ADP is 4.9, which seems way off to me considering how I'm very curious how this all ends up breaking down when you're looking at it. But that will be who I go with if he's still there. I'm hoping, because I'm assuming this guy's going to pick Scotty and just go scratch, which he does.
There he goes.
So I'm definitely going to pick Cam Smith here. Boom. I'm locked in.
That's a great. I love the pick. That's an excellent pick. And here we go. I'm gonna go with, I can't miss opportunity in Rory McIlroy at 3. I do appreciate you leaving him, Jason, but I definitely understand where you're coming from. Cameron Smith has been an excellent player. That's also a player that our guy Travis has been writing daily fantasy picks for the PGA Tour, and he highlights Cameron Smith quite a bit. So that is a guy that is going to be excellent to watch come the tournament time. Off the board after that.
Oh, nice.
John Rahm, Justin Thomas, and we still have some really good players on the board. This is a 10-round draft, I believe, so we'll have plenty to pull through here. We might get a little wonky as we start getting a little bit further down the list, but it's going to be an interesting time to go through.
Ooh, dang it. I thought for sure he'd get a little closer to me. I was really hoping there.
Top of the second round comes Tony Finau. And Jason, we were talking a little bit about Tony Finau before we went live. What are you liking out of Tony Finau come this tournament?
I mean, he's just right now he has his putter locked in, which is a huge part of his game, but he's hitting the ball extremely well, has great strike on it. It's flying like it should. He's just one of those big plays, but he plays the course. He is very cognizant of where he is on the course. He knows how he needs to play in order to win and at least be competitive. Oh man, I doubt he comes back to me, but I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to go with Cam Young here. Sorry.
No, you're good.
It was between him and Zalatoris, and I really like Zalatoris, but again, Homa would have been another one that I'd be looking at that same point. Oh, I guess it might come back to me.
Oh, Zalatoris.
Of course, I have to say it. These people jack both of them.
I think they're watching
both of them.
I think somebody locked in with us here, and they're watching us pick it away.
Well, that's frustrating. Well, let's see. God, these are quick. Okay, I'm going to go Hovland. But again, when it's looking at the FedEx Cup, you don't really want somebody who has some experience or is just starting to grind it out for somebody who's going to give you a long season. That's why you're seeing the fact that Tony Finau's out there is more based on the fact that he's been playing pretty well. He is mature enough. He kind of knows what he's getting himself into. But again, it's hard to pick him at this point to have a very successful season overall. And I appreciate him because I like his playing style and how intelligent he is with a lot of his course play. But when you're looking at a season-long event, it's tougher for him because he is getting, a more experienced golfer. So he's a little older now. I mean, in any kind of injury, it can really just throw you off. So who are you going to go here with here, Mace?
Oh, goodness. I'm glad you said something because I almost didn't even miss it. Okay. I'm going to go with my guy, Tommy Fleetwood, because playing one time, I had an old head in the box, getting in the box right behind me. He goes, "You better strike this one like Fleetwood." And then I sent it into the bushes with a really mean slice. So I'm hoping to one day be able to strike the ball good, but that day's not today. So, Jason, you're here on the clock again. We're starting to dwindle it down, but you've taken a few really, really good players on your board, and you just took another really, really good player. What is your highlight of your draft so far? You have a bunch of good – you have a couple of Camerons. I know we talked about Finau, how we missed out on him. Anybody else that you're kind of like you're really loving from your draft, or anybody else you really wish had fallen to you?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was really hoping that Neiman would come back to me, but clearly Blue Boy was thinking that too. And it's back to me already.
It's back
Great.
to you
That's going to work out
already.
great for me. Oh,
It
I
really does.
didn't want to have to wait too long. I'm going to pick Tommy up here. Be just fine. Now you're back on it. But again, I like kind of shooting a little lower at this point because I figure if you're looking for a player that is not quite as hot as everybody's expecting, or it's a longer shot, that these are going to be people that you can easily just lock into and have a lot more luck with, which it is going to take. You're going like, oh man, he's a ways down there. But one of the guys I'm hoping, it must be just be Cameron thing for me because I'm excited. I will really want Cameron Champ. I think he is another one that I'm looking, but I think it's going to last a little longer. So I think I have enough time, and he's quite a ways down the board still. So I'll probably get him coming back in the 7th round. I know there's a lot of Camerons on my team. I'm going to end up with 3 at least. I'm hoping.
I was going to say we could get you Tringle, and we could get you Davis down here too, and you could have a whole list of Camerons.
Yeah. Oh, you're up.
I am up.
You should take.
What am
you can take one, so it's not
I'll snipe your Camerons. No, I'm actually going to take Maverick McNeely, a guy I'm pretty sure has never flown a plane, but that is okay because he can play some golf, and we're hoping young guy can get a little bit going here in the tournament.
Yeah, and I really like that pick. I mean, he's been playing some pretty decent golf as of late, and the players that are just now coming on, you're excited to see how they can end up in a full year of really competitive play.
Right, and there's a lot of these young names who, in the end of the season, when a lot of these guys who had really cemented some spots in the Cup, like took the weeks off, and these younger guys got a better chance to push out, or these lower ranked guys got a better chance to show off a little bit. And Maverick was definitely one of those guys. And there's a number of young players that really did step up for sure.
Yeah, this one's going to be probably another long shot, but I'm going to go with it anyway. Pick a Webb Simpson here. I can't help myself. I have to stay unique. I don't like playing just chalk like everybody else, and so it's definitely going to be more fun to see.
I like it because especially in this kind of format, we're pushing to try to compete with everybody, and it's going to be a nice. I almost missed, but it's okay. I was eyeing Luke List. It's okay. I was eyeing Luke, but I almost missed my pick. But that's okay. I actually missed a number of my picks when we did the first episode of Jack Knows Best this season. So it's okay. It'll be probably the end of the preseason before I stop missing picks. So that'll be all right.
God, he's still way down there. I might be okay. I might still be able to get Champ on the. Actually, I might be able to get him almost in the last round if I'm lucky here.
Yeah, you could. He is pretty far down there, but I think you're eyeing a good value. And like we talked about, you never know. You want to kind of set yourself apart in these tournaments like this. So, now I'm up.
You're back on.
I am gonna snipe a Cameron right here.
Uh-oh.
You snooze, you lose.
Yeah, I just. You know what? I'm just going to do it now. We'll go back-to-back Camerons here because I can't help myself.
I like it. Personally, I love anybody that carries my own namesake. So.
I figured it'd be a fan favorite, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Oh man, I'm already back.
The swing is quick with only a 6-man, and it's kind of distracting. But I guess that's kind of what happens when we got the early picks there.
Yeah.
I guess technically
I'm definitely mixing this up with who I'm picking. It's kind of I'm excited overall because I know that there's going to be weekends that these people end up winning, and it's going to be fun to definitely watch.
That is why I'm super excited about this tournament, especially this best ball with the PUP Cup, because we are
locked in.
Because we're locked in. I'm excited because you're locked in for a three event tournament. So these guys have to survive in advance per se. So I'm excited to see it all play out. I know that the PGA Tour doesn't get as much love as everybody tends to look at this time of year, especially with NFL camps and stuff going on. But this is an exciting tournament. It's going to have a lot of cool stuff happen. So I'm excited to see it play out.
Oh, wrong person. There he is. Okay. Sorry. Got my last. This is the last pick, right? Okay. Yeah. Whew. Got my last picks lined up. We're good to go. As long as you don't steal it from me, we'll be just fine.
I'm trying to pick out another Cameron down here to steal him from you. We are going to go with
8,
I'm
7. Putting the pressure on.
I'm going to go with Chalk because I'm a little more like not – I'm a little hesitant this far down the list. But you seem to have a target here. Who – tell us a little bit about your ringer here, Jason.
Well, I started with an Aussie. I figured I should end with an Aussie. I mean, it's just one of those things that he's one of the players that constantly pops up near the top. He's a solid golfer. It's, again, I like people that can really strike a ball well. And I think it's just one of those contrarian plays that you're kind of looking at. You know, I really like Leishman. He's I have something for Australia. I really want to go there. I want to be able to play. It has a long course. Like it'd just be so much fun. And if I could run into either of these golfers while I'm there, I'd be ecstatic. But again, it's the unique skill set that each of these players kind of bring that I kind of want to throw all together. And, you know, it's the long shots at these points. I'd rather not be the chalk that everybody expects. And I just, you know, I really like him as a golfer. And at this point, you might as well go for it. You have the end of this draft. You might as well pick somebody that you like as a golfer and as a person. So I think he definitely has a possibility of getting up there and being effective, and hard not to enjoy it.
Right. And golf is a game that on any given day, it can work out for somebody, or it can absolutely nothing can go right. And I know because I've been in that position on the course a number of times. So you know, it's a really good opportunity for some of these guys to come out and really show. And I love how you went against the grain and picked against chalk and really, really pulled it. And it's going to be an interesting tournament. We can actually come back to this one because I pretty much exclusively picked chalk. So so we'll be able to really like come back and highlight, you know, our hits and our misses. And I think it's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah,
so,
I really like the fact that you got List at that point. I think that was a pretty solid pick that I think will end up doing pretty well for you.
He's played some good golf, and I was eyeing him, and I'm glad you said something because I almost missed my pick. But these are a lot of great picks. We've been highlighting a lot of these guys throughout the year. Like I said, our guy Travis Bagwell has been writing daily fantasy picks for us with all throughout the PGA Tour. He's going to also be back next season. We're going to have another show with him breaking down the entire FedEx Cup coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be super interesting to watch. But I'm excited. Jason, are you going to be playing some golf this weekend?
If it cools down to below like 95, I'll probably go out there. But if it's another 100-degree day, it's not happening, man.
95, my Lord. He says that because it was 95 here today, and I was melting, and he called me a child. So,
I mean, it's 95 degrees. You don't know pain until you're really over 100 for multiple days, and it's just like, well, I could die, and that'd be fine. I think I could survive in hell, and it'd just be okay.
I love it. I'd die for golf. I'd go out there and melt for golf too. Jason, what's your handicap while we're at it?
Right now I'm at, I think I'm about nine over. So I'm hitting mid 80s usually.
That's good.
It's not bad.
Good.
I'd like to be out there more. It's for some reason, you know, I get it in my head when I'm putting, and that always messes me up. But that's probably why I like the guys who strike the ball well, because I can do that. It's just when I actually get up to the short game, it's hit or miss.
See,
when I have time to think about it, I have issues.
And that's great. And just like our picks here, I'm actually the opposite, where I can't strike the ball worth anything. But if I've had a couple of beers in me, my short game is actually pretty nice. I really get a little groove going, but it's 2 or 3 beers in by like the 5th hole. If I'm the first 3 holes, I'll go through 14 balls before I get there. So, but that's neither here nor there. So I think that about does it for us tonight. We had a
Wait,
great...
and you're in Colorado, aren't you? So you have an advantage. You're like a little higher up, so the air's thinner. It travels a little further.
Yeah, but that's where I like to think that that's where my slice goes bad, because it's like it's not enough wind resistance. It's catching and just
no, man. That's again, it's either your grip, it's the head's rotating in your hands. It's one of the options. Maybe you're dropping your arm a little more, so you're having to overwork and pushing it off.
You're right. It's all of the above. Jason, we're gonna have to get out there. We're gonna definitely. I'm gonna have to come out to Kansas, or next time you're out here in Denver, we're gonna get together on the course and we're gonna make some magic.
Oh yeah, we need to get Neil in on this. I want to see how he does at golfing too. You know how much fun that would be.
Definitely. Except for anybody
down.
Anybody that's watched any of these shows knows that me and Neil cannot get on a golf course together because we won't make it past the 5th hole before it's sundown, because we talk pretty much the whole time. So.
That's the whole. I'll put you in a cart together. I'll be up in front playing by myself, walking. Don't worry about it. You'll be all right.
Absolutely. All right. So I think that about does it for us. It was a nice, quick show for us. Everybody, make sure you go into Underdog Fantasy, play the PUP Cup for a chance at $100K in prizes, $5 entry, and use promo code NONSENSE at checkout for a match bonus there. Jason, do you have any pluggables to plug on your way out?
I mean, just follow me, that FF Nerd. I'm putting out articles. I mean, granted, not for this site, but we are doing CBB Review is doing 100 teams in 100 days leading up to the basketball season. So if you're interested in college basketball, it's a good place to go and kind of get yourself prepared, whether you have a team that is in our top 100 or not. I mean, it's going to be fun, and all these teams have changed so much with everything going on in college basketball and the transfer portal and NIL deals. It's a crazy new world out there, and a lot of coaching changes even too. But all that stuff we kind of write about and give you a general idea of how we think we're going there in this year for sure, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, everybody go check that out. Jason, like I said, a jack of all trades and also a master of all of those trades as well. He does college hoops, he does golf, and of course, the man behind fantasy football itself here at IN, Jason Draven. Jason, thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. You can find Jason at that FF Nerd on Twitter and on the Fantasy Life app and in our Discord.
Reddit.
And Reddit and pretty much anywhere else that you can annoy people at. You can find Jason and annoy him there. Myself, I am at PFF_Mace. You can go to Twitter and annoy me there. I'm probably not going to read it, though. But until next time, you guys stay degenerates. Have a good one.